Hey everyone. If there's one actor that you definitely can see as a huge gaming icon, I would definitely say one of them has to be Will Smith. Because yeah, of course he's an actor, you're not gonna see him in games when he mainly does movies, but I have seen a couple of people that can still transfer from those two domains and still be good at both. Most of the time it's mainly, big actors that then go into games, because they're already so well known, they might as well take a deal from another game and make some money. The reason I bring that up is because I have seen actors that still, try to put some effort into directing in a game. Most of them won't care because, if they're already popular for the movies, why do they have to try for a game? Especially when most of them are a bit older and they see games as mainly for kids, so they don't have to try as hard. But it is nice to see when some people still have a minor role to play at a game, but they still put some effort through it. But with Will Smith, he's the one person that I've really seen in a game, but the one time I've seen him at today, it mainly feels way more like he just took a deal for a contract for a game he doesn't know about and just only wanted the money. With that being a game I've never heard about by Tencent, that was originally meant on for phones, but then also got ported to PC, called Undawn. It's like a zombie survival game, and to be honest, I hate that name already. It's so generic. It feels sterile of any creativity, and from the gameplay I've seen on the Steam page, it looks just like that. I understand that, mobile games aren't beacons of, of huge artistic talent, but even then, it looked so barren. I legitimately can't see why you would want to, refuse to play on a phone, but absolutely dedicate some storage to it to play on your PC. As if the game is that incredible of an experience, playing on a small dinky phone which is ruin it. Absolutely not. Considering it was made by Tencent, maybe in China it's way more popular, but anywhere else I legitimately can't imagine it being popular there, even a bit. Maybe because in China they're way more restricted to what they can play, and that Undawn game is the best they possibly have. When most people have the really good option of playing The Last of Us, a really good zombie story game, people have Undawn, the most sterile version they have, but again, it's the only thing they have, to play as a zombie game. And I guess the tactic that Tencent has taken to make the game more popular, apart from just being in China, is have well-known actors that everyone else knows tied into the game, with that actor being Will Smith. And at first it seemed like a really generic option, the most washed out option for any mobile game company, until I realized I think the only connection they made to put him in the game was because I Am Legend, which I'm not sure if that movie was popular in China, but that was probably the only reason they picked him, because not just that, and because he's also, massive, so that was the best option they could get. And who cares if it costs a lot, that's still a huge actor they can have in their game to at least, have a tiny hint of attention for anywhere else apart from China. Which I feel didn't work, because the first time I thought about it today, the game, was only on Twitter, with IGN saying how nobody paid attention to the game at all. And I checked the replies and everyone was agreeing, yeah, I've never heard of this game, even a bit. Which to me is bizarre, because you would think at bare minimum there would be some conversation about this game, because even if it's a tiny marketing campaign, just having Will Smith would be enough to have at least someone make a video about him and at least lead people to come across the Undawn game, even if they weren't gonna install it and play it. But I have a weird fascination with games that get no attention, because they spend so much time to make it just to have the attention of it just die off, and have this maybe a year-long project on a game just die out and be turned to nothing. So I wanted to at least look into the game and see how much effort they put into it to at least make it more appealing to other people, to at least play it a bit. And I've seen the trailer, I just got that feeling again this is the cheapest game possible, and you can definitely tell it was made for a phone first, and being played on a PC is a second thought. And I definitely got that feeling that Will Smith probably has no idea what the game even is, but he just got a contract from his manager being okay, they don't really need your voice, they just want your likeness so you can put you as a 3D model in the game, make it seem a huge character in the story. And with this kind of game, you have to pay way too much money to unlock him as a character and play as him, where they probably got some cheap third-rate voice actor to mimic as him, hey, I'm Will Smith, I'm definitely him, everyone loves me. Because then past that point, that would cost, way too much money to actually pay him to do the voice lines. Plus, I don't imagine a realistic image was the target I had in mind, considering the fact in this trailer, they made him look like an actual toddler with a huge forehead. And the last thing I was thinking about was how it's kind of progressive to have Will Smith as one of the characters in the game from real life. Because when you think about it, if the only market this game is popular is China, that's pretty bold, because I know for a fact black actors aren't really popular in that market. So hey, that's kind of good at least, you know, they're trying to make the game popular on the West as well, while trying to be progressive in China too, even though I feel like no one's gonna buy the skin anyways. But at least you're on a positive note. The article I've read saying like how the game was dying was also talking about like other projects Tencent might be working on in the future as well. One of them being an Elden Ring mobile game, which, you know, sounds good, but then the more I read it, they were trying to implement like Genshin Impact's microtransactions into it as well. So a really muddy version of Elden Ring for anyone that would want to play on their phone, you know, or trying to pay money for it as well. Which, if you ask me, that would definitely be the ideal version of the game to play, you know, on your phone as well. Just the perfect mesh of a game crammed into your phone, you know, the best way to play it perfectly.